welcome to Mollie's Motif. This is Emily, and today I am going to be showing you the card that I'm putting together for a few of the challenges that are going on that start today. There's a challenge over at Craft and Desert Divas that's starting, and it's all about red, white, or pink, just because Valentine's is coming up. And then over at Fantabulous Cricut, the challenge over there is seeing red. So we just want to see lots of red in the projects. And then over at Bitten by the Bug 2, the challenge is to create a Valentine and to use a heart. So I'm combining all three of those challenges into this one card. And I'm going to be using the Art Philosophy cartridge. This is the cartridge that you can get from Close to My Heart. And I recently signed up to be a consultant with Close to My Heart, and I'm just starting out and, you know, getting a feel for their products. But what I've played with, you know, so far I've really liked, and I've had this cartridges for quite a while, and I've loved this one. So I want to get the other two that Close to My Heart also bundles up and sells, but I do like the Art Philosophy cartridge. And so I'm going to be pulling my card base from this cartridge because there are a lot of options for cards on this cartridge. And so over on page 37 of the handbook, there is, you know, obviously there's a heart cut that you can use, but over on the card function, there is a base card, and it has some fun heart cutouts. So I will show you how that turned out. So you can't, when I get my card finished, it'll really stand out when it's closed, but right now, you know, you can kind of see it right there. And they're just three cute hearts. I really like the shapes of them. They're just tall and skinny, and then, you know, there's one that's kind of a regular size shape. And I cut this at 5.5, and if you cut it at 5.5, it fits perfect in that A2 size envelope. So that is the measurement for the card. And then I am doing something kind of completely different than I've ever done, just because I'm kind of wanting to play around with the products and the stamps from Close to My Heart. And there is a new idea book and catalog that has come out. It's the spring summer of 2014, and it's just full of great ideas and some new product, and I'm really excited to start working with this product. But I did the one stamp set that I'm going to be pulling from in the idea book. It's on page 23, and it's the stamp set that you get when you order the Skylark scrapbooking kit, and that comes with a bunch of fun, you know, papers and embellishments and things, just kind of a all-around scrapbooking kit. And this Skylark, the stamp set, it's just really fun. It's really neat. So I will show you. And this is how they come, or in these envelopes. And then this is the stamp set. And I think it's just got some really great options. And I have to admit, I am not a stamper. I've never really played around with stamps and different colors of inks and that sort of thing. So this is all kind of new territory for me. But I definitely want to give it a try because I know there's a whole world of stamping out there. So the stamp that I'm going to be using, it's You Left an Imprint on My Heart. And those are two separate stamps, but I combined them on my acrylic block, and this is how it turned out. And I think it's really cute. I really like that stamp. And I used, because I'm new to Close to My Heart, I don't have many of the stamps, but I did have this Riding Hood Red ink from Stampin' Up! That I used. And you know, I think we all live in the real world where we don't have just one product of one company, and, you know, we mix and match, and that's totally fine. So anyway, this is what I stamped, and I cut it out. I used my Spellbinders Nestabilities die cuts and ran it through my Cuttlebug, and you can see you've got a bunch of different options and shapes, and I just used this. It's the third largest, and just ran that through and cut it out, and it's great. And so that's how I came up with my image. And this is basically what's going to be kind of the forefront of my card on the front. Is just, and I've cut just a mat for this to go on. So, and it will just be going on the front of my card. And the pattern paper that I have used, it's just kind of these really teeny, it's like a grid. It's really teeny checks, like lines. And that paper comes from this American Crafts paper pack. It's Hip Hip Hooray paper pad. And there were some really fun red and white. There's this really fun polka dot and some pinks. I really like this paper pad. But for Valentine's, there were some good options. And here's that one that I'm using. So this is a really fun, colorful paper pack. So that's the mat, the pattern paper that's coming from. And so the only other thing that I'm going to put on the front of my card, I'm going to run some twine around. Just kind of give you an idea here. And it'll go, I'm going to put the twine up the top here, and then I will pop this up on some foam tape so that there's some dimension there and to give room for the twine underneath. And then I'll have a bow that'll be, it's really messy, but when I get it all put together, it will be fine. So I'll have a bow there. So that is the gist of the front. But then I said I was going to do something for those hearts to pop out. So I've got another piece of that pattern paper, and I'm going to make, there will be a white mat on the inside so that it'll go like this. And then when the card is closed, it's got that pattern paper showing through where the cutouts of the hearts are. So that's basically how the front of my card is going to go. So I'll get this put together, and then I'll come back and show you, because there's a little bit more that I'm going to do on the inside as well. So I'll just get this put all together, and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, so I've got the card all put together. And like I said, this is a completely different style than anything that I've done or what you're used to seeing from me. But I do like how it turned out. I think it's a clean and simple card. And, you know, I'm just kind of getting my feet wet with the whole stamping concept of card making. So, but yeah, this is my first go at it. And I did go ahead and pop up my mat here just on some foam tape so that the twine could run underneath and there wouldn't be any, you know, bumping, and just be all even. And I have rounded my corners on all of my mats on this pattern paper mat and the mats on the inside. I did use my large corner rounder from Hobby Lobby. The card itself on the Art Philosophy cartridge, it cuts it out with rounded corners, so I wanted to keep that throughout the card. And then on the inside, because the twine wraps around on the inside, I wanted to cover that up as well. So I just cut another mat of that pattern paper and then some white cardstock for my sentiment mat. And this stamp, Happy Valentine's Day, it comes from a Fiskar's holiday set, and this is only half of it. The other half is in another CD case, but here's the Happy Valentine's Day stamp there. I really like the font on that one. I think it's really cute. And I did stamp that with the Stampin' Up! Riding Hood Red ink as well. And then the hearts that were left over from the card, I wanted to make use of, and so I tacked those down with some Zig two-way glue and just was able to use that on the inside, and I thought that was really fun, really cute idea to do that. And then here's more of that pattern paper, which is what you see when the card is closed through the hearts. So I really like how this card came together. It's very simple, very clean looking, and just different from what I'm used to, but I am excited, you know, to be able to be working with, you know, stamps and figuring that out and giving that a whirl. So, and if you are interested in purchasing any products from Close to My Heart, you can go to molliesmotif.ctmh.com and you can order online there, and you can take a look at all the products there. Or you can go to my blog. It's molliemugsblog.blogspot.com, and you can click on the Shop With Me button that I have on my blog, and you can, you know, order from there. And like I said, this card, it's going towards the challenges over at Craft and Desert Divas, Fantabulous Cricut, and Bitten by the Bug 2. and I hope that you will join us for those challenges that are starting today. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. I'd appreciate any comments or feedback that you'd have for me, and we will catch you next time.